All right, y'all. So today it's gonna be a little bit of like a motivational rant, but I just wanted to talk about you guys' favorite topic, body game. But here's why 90% of people will never practice body game. Now I'm saying 90%, is probably way more because as you see the statistics, 8% of people actually, can see their abs, shit like that. But here's the thing, like most people, most of the fellas, right? The reason they don't understand what body game can do is because they never practiced it before, but it's because they don't have the discipline to practice it, right? Because body game is not instant gratification. It requires delaying gratification. It requires dedication. It requires showing up when you don't want to show up. It requires going to the gym when you're sore, when you're angry, when your head hurts, when you're a little bit sick. It requires that. It requires eating, grilled chicken or ground turkey when you want to eat cookies and fried chicken. That's what it requires. Because at the end of the day, those who reach the goals and those who don't reach the goals have the same amount of temptations, right? The only difference is their actions, right? That just goes to show that your decision making is the most important thing. So when you're locked in on a daily basis, that's what's going to get you to the point that you want to be at, right? The reason most people can't actually practice body game, they lack that ability to delay gratification, but they also lack the ability to just be consistent and continually show up, right? They're so comfortable with their comfort zone. Like, I work with a lot of people making great progress, and they'll just be like, they might have like a girlfriend or a wife, and their wife just wants them to eat cookies and watch Netflix, and they'll be like, man, I appreciate you, man. I dropped 30 pounds, and I dropped a lot of fat, man, but like, I know our time is up, but I just want to kind of go back to what I was doing. I'm like, at least you admit it, at least you're honest. But that's the reason why, because when you put in the work, you get the results. Trust me, I've had plenty of people who've gotten results, but like halfway through the journey, they're like, dang, man, I want to go back to my old habits and I want to be in my comfort zone. This isn't for me, right? They want to take the blue pill again. It's like the Matrix. You take the red pill, you see the truth. When you see the truth, it requires awareness and it requires you to get stronger. It requires you to see everything for what it really is. And it's hard mentally. It is hard mentally, right? But that's that self-awareness. Now, a lot of people like Cypher in the movie, they want to go back to the original. They want to go back to not knowing, how many calories they're consuming. They want to go back to not knowing how bad it is for their health to not, eat right and exercise. So they take the blue pill, or they make a deal with one of the agents to take the blue pill so they can go back to, the false reality. Because people don't like to be constantly aware of what they're consuming, because then they'll realize why they're not at their goals, but they'll also realize, just how horrible they've been doing. And that self-accountability is hard for a lot of people, right? That's why most people won't ever practice body game. Like, showing up to the gym, more people are good at that, but being good with nutrition and actually tracking and actually realizing that, hey, every time, I have a headache or I get tired or it's Friday night, I like to eat, Oreos or crumble cookie or order pizza every Friday night. And that's adding up, because when I calculate the calories, it took me out the deficit for the whole week. People don't want to know that. They want to be oblivious to those things. They want to just be in their comfort zone. They don't want to be bothered. And that's why they're never going to get to the next level, right? People try to aim to be right above average or at average. When you aim to be average, you're below average. When you aim to be right above average, you're average, right? When you aim to be the best version of yourself, that's when you separate yourself. That's when you get, that's when you get leaner. That's when you get on point. That's when you're more self-aware of everything that you're consuming. Most of us have 1, 2, 3, somewhere in that range, bad habits that is keeping us from our goals. It can be one bad habit. It could be, I need something sweet after dinner, right? If you need something sweet after dinner, you might be eating maybe just a couple of cookies, a couple of candy, maybe like chips, or you're just eating a little bit of chips, but you're mindlessly snacking. That mindlessly snacking adds up very quickly. That could take you out of your deficit every single day. If you eat in a deficit up until after dinner, that extra 500 calories, that extra 700 calories from chips can take you out your deficit easily. That extra 1,000 calories from Ben & Jerry's, small amount, can take you out your deficit, right? Very small habits like that. People don't like that awareness. Or people like to, maybe they like to go out, you like to go drinking and stuff like that. That's one of your habits. That's cool. But I'm just saying, do not expect to become the best version of yourself, to get leaner, to get to the leanest version of yourself when you're doing shit that doesn't align with it, all right? Like, a lot of people don't want to admit that what they're doing is the reason they're not getting to where they want to get to. A lot of people don't want to, look in the mirror and be like, I'm the problem. People don't want to say this shit. Nobody wants to be the problem. No one wants to say they're the problem either. That's just how it is. And until you realize you're the problem, you can't realize that you're the solution. And I always say that because that's super important. Majority of people will never, ever practice body game, guys. Majority of people will never do it. It takes consistency. It takes dedication. It takes when someone's like, hey, here, have a cookie, saying no. You have to set boundaries. You have to be ambitious. You have to read goals. You have to be strong mentally. The good thing is, once you practice body game, you separate yourself like crazy, all right? There's less people with fit physiques than there is millionaires in this world, right? Obviously, millionaires refers to net worth, blah, 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 but yeah, you get what I'm saying. There's more people that are millionaires than there are people with fit physique. So if you want to separate yourself, you just get a fit physique. Most dudes are literally, what are they doing all day? Playing Roblox, playing fucking Minecraft, playing World of War. I don't fucking know what this shit's called, bro. But they're just playing video games all day. They're eating like shit all day. They're sedentary. They go to the gym once and they're like, why can't I get results? Because you're not putting the fucking work in, right? Another thing is a lot of you guys want instant results, like immediately. Like you guys want 30-minute results. You finish the anime in either 22 to 25 minutes, or if it's a longer anime, 49 to 1 hour. 49 minutes to an hour, right? And that's how fast you expect results. You work out once, you look in the mirror like, I'm not getting results. You hop on steroids. Listen, steroids are supposed to enhance your results. They're not supposed to fucking give you results that you didn't work for. You see what I'm saying? Like, unless you just respond greatly or some shit. I don't fucking know. But you got to put the work in, all right? You got to show up every single day. You got to show up every single day. Like, I've seen so many young kids saying, oh my God, like, I can't get results. You got to be on steroids, or your pictures are AI. It's like, bro, there is a bare minimum threshold to getting results. There's a bare minimum threshold to getting results. And you guys are below that bare minimum, which is fucking crazy to me. Like, how the fuck do you expect results when you are not, listen up, you're not tracking what you're eating. So you're unaware of your calories. You're not hitting the gym consistently. So you're not building muscle and burning fat. Like, how do you expect to get results if you're not doing those two things? That's the basics. That's like saying, I'm trying to save money. Why the fuck am I not saving money? You're not working. And you don't even know how much is in your bank account. So how could you save? That's how dumb you guys sound when you guys are like, bro, like, I'm not losing weight. I'm not losing fat. You're not going to the gym. You're not putting any fucking work in. The bare minimum. The bare minimum is high protein calorie deficit, hitting the gym 4 to 5 times a week, getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and drinking a gallon of water. That is the bare minimum. You focus on doing those things, you will separate yourself from everybody. Now, obviously, you guys want it in 6 hours or 6 days. Give it 6 months. Give that shit 6 months of being consistent for real. And you're going to change your life. Your mindset's going to change. Your habits are going to change. Your discipline is going to go up. It's like you guys are not willing to give it that short amount of time. That's a very short amount of time. How many 6-month periods have passed in your life? How many times have you wanted to reach your goals? Exactly. It's going to be 6 months later, all right? It's going to be 6 months later. We're going to be in 2025, and you're going to be like, damn, man, I wish I started when I saw that video. Just fucking start, yo. Because it's going to be 2025. It's going to be 6 months later. Where do you want to be 6 months later? Because the fact of the matter is, you put the work in, you get the results. You always get the results. The work always fucking works. It never doesn't work. The only time it doesn't work is when you're either lying to yourself about putting the work in, or you're just not putting the work in. Now, a lot of people say, I'm eating in the calorie deficit, I'm not losing weight. If you're not losing weight, if you're not losing fat, you're not in a deficit. You're just not. You're just not in a deficit. You guys always say that shit. Look at all that fucking butter and oil you put on your food. Butter's not bad for you, olive oil is not bad for you, but if you use 77 servings of that shit and you expect to lose fat, you might be delusional, you might be crazy, all right? A handful of nuts, well, your hand is bigger than Michael Jordan, so your handful of nuts is like, let me say cashews. Your handful of nuts, handful of cashews is like 4 servings, all right? Your hands are just that big, so now you gotta make sure you weigh everything out, all right? Use a fucking food scale. If you don't want to use the food scale, if you think this is excessive and too much, well, that's why you're fat as hell. It's that simple, all right? That's why you're not at your goals. Now, you can be normal, you can be out of shape, that doesn't matter. It's when you're trying to get to a goal and you're not doing what you need to get to, but you still expect that result. That's delusional. Lock in.